To be a good farmer, you have to be able to have patience, resilience, guts. Farming is hard, but growing food for your community is so deeply rewarding. It's worth it being hard.
Those qualities have helped Frederick farmer Emma Jagoz grow Moon Valley Farm into a year-round CSA that feeds over 600 families. With more than 100 different varieties of plants, how they grow is just as important as what they grow. Farming organically and using regenerative agriculture techniques, Moon Valley is growing food that is sustainable into the future.
In regenerative agriculture, we know that our topsoil, just the first couple inches of soil in the ground, is what's feeding us, what has fed humans for millennia and what will feed humans in the future. So what regenerative agriculture is saying is we have to protect that topsoil.
To ensure soil health, Moon Valley Farm is employing cover crops to put organic matter back into the soil, crop rotation to reduce inputs, insect banks to eliminate non-organic pesticides, and green lanes to minimize erosion of the soil.
Farmers and stewards of the land, we really need to give back to the soil as well as take. We can't just prioritize this year's profits. We have to definitely get profits this year, but we also have to put fertility and rest back into the soil.
Commitment to the next generation isn't just a part of the farm's mission. It's at the heart of its origin story. Before the fields and hoop houses, Moon Valley's first seeds were sowed on an apartment balcony with the hope of feeding someone special.
When I was pregnant with my first child, I was really interested in how I could behave to make him a really healthy person.
Like many soon-to-be parents, Emma tore through books about baby health. She learned about DHA, an omega-3 fatty acid vital in promoting a healthy nervous system. Found in leafy vegetables like arugula, Emma became a bit of a fan.
So I was buying loads of arugula from the grocery store to make sure that I was getting enough DHA for my baby's brain development. And I was buying so much that I really blew my grocery budget. And so I was talking with one of my girlfriends about this, and she has a horticulture background, and she was like, why don't you just grow it on your apartment balcony?
That piece of advice led to a small garden with arugula, peppers, and tomatoes. But of course, it didn't stop there.
I realized that the amount of food that I was growing in this really small space could feed way more than my family. And so I started giving away this food to my friends, to neighbors. I was the person who left a zucchini on my neighbor's porch. And so I realized that on a really small footprint, you can produce a lot of food. And that was so exciting to me.
And so Emma crawled into an agricultural rabbit hole that 12 years later, she still hasn't climbed out of, growing Moon Valley from a balcony garden to a 70-acre farm, and overcoming all of the challenges that first-generation farmers face.
Being a self-taught first-generation farmer, I didn't have land, I didn't have equipment, I didn't have that knowledge that I learned growing up about how to use any of that stuff. A lot of legacy farmers or multi-generational farmers have access to a lot of things that I just had to figure out on my own. Over the past 12 years, I have grown from a one-woman show who's just got kids monkeying around her body at all the times. In the beginning, I was breastfeeding while hoeing rows. All of that was so empowering for me. I started this to raise my kids in a healthy environment and to give them really healthy food that I could trust because I cared that much as a parent. And I thought other parents care too, and they don't have the capacity to do this. They don't have the land, but they are passionate about raising their kids.
Oh, there's something here.
Is there? Is it underneath? Yeah, it's a Japanese beetle, all right? I just squashed one. Our hard work is with hundreds of people across thousands of meals every week. It's deeply meaningful, and knowing that we're also contributing to solving climate change at the same time I think that farming is hard, of course, and in a world where everything is pretty hard, why not choose something deeply fulfilling and meaningful at the same time?
Thanks for watching Maryland Farm and Harvest. We hope you liked the video. Make sure to subscribe so you won't miss out on future videos. To learn more about our show and watch full episodes, check out mpt.org/farm or just click the link in the description.
Stream anytime, anywhere with the free PBS app.